In the book of Genesis from the Bible, the story of everything begins at the very start of the world. Long before we were here on earth, before there were cities, nations, or families, the world was newly created, beautiful, peaceful, and perfect. In this perfect beginning, the first man and woman, Adam and Eve, were placed in a wonderful garden filled with life and harmony. But one important choice would soon change everything and begin the story of humanity as we know it. Let's enter the garden and begin their story. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form, and darkness covered the deep. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. He called the light day and the darkness night. This was the first day. On the second day, God made the sky and separated the waters above from the waters below. On the third day, God gathered the waters together so dry land appeared. He called the dry land earth and the gathered waters seas. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, plants, and fruit trees," and the earth produced vegetation of every kind. On the fourth day, God made the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. He also made the stars and placed them in the sky to give light upon the earth. On the fifth day, God created the creatures of the sea and every bird of the air. He blessed them and told them to multiply and fill the waters and the skies. On the sixth day, God made the animals of the land, livestock, wild animals, and creatures that move along the ground. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image." God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. His name was Adam. God planted a garden in Eden and placed Adam there to work it and take care of it. The garden was filled with pleasant trees and good fruit. A river flowed through the garden, watering the land. Then God said it was not good for man to be alone. So the Lord caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. From Adam's side, God made a woman and brought her to him. Adam rejoiced and said she was part of him. She was called Eve, because she would become the mother of all living. Adam and Eve were both naked, yet they felt no shame. They lived peacefully in the garden. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals. The serpent spoke to Eve and questioned what God had said. Eve explained that they could eat from the trees except one. But the serpent told her that she would not surely die and that eating the fruit would open her eyes. Eve saw that the fruit was pleasing to the eye and desirable for wisdom. She took the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to Adam, and he ate it also. Immediately their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. They sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When they heard God walking in the garden, they hid among the trees. God called to Adam, asking where he was. Adam answered that he was afraid because he was naked. God asked whether they had eaten from the forbidden tree. Adam explained what had happened, and Eve said the serpent had deceived her. Because of their disobedience, sin entered the world. God declared the consequences. Life would now include pain, hardship, and toil. Yet God also showed mercy by making garments for Adam and Eve to clothe them. Then God sent Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden to live on the earth. At the entrance of the garden, God placed cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. So Adam and Eve left the garden and began their life in the world beyond it. This story reminds us that our choices matter, that temptation can lead us away from what is right, and that God's love and guidance remain even after mistakes. Every new day is a chance to learn, to grow, and to choose what is good.